Hey, y'all, listen, welcome into the building, okay? It is Trending Topics Thursday. We are in the fourth day of the new year, 2024, okay? And listen, Katt Williams done set it off. Because of Katt Williams, we having, what a year already. That man shut down the internet. He got everybody talking. Katt Williams out there went over the club Shay Shay and he shut it down. He was slaying the comedians one by one, just a boop, 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 boop. Yes, he was. Slaying them down. So this trending topic is called Truth Hurts. The truth hurts. Because according to Katt Williams, he was over there speaking the truth. And as we go through this, you're going to notice that most of the comedians, they didn't come back and call Katt Williams a liar. No, they did not. Go check out their responses. Ricky Smiley said it was sad. Cedric the Entertainer pretty much said something the same way. It was sad. The only one who went off, who lit the streets up, was Kevin Hart. Am I freezing, y'all? Somebody said I'm freezing. Is my screen freezing? Kevin Hart. He went over there. He picked up Tiffany Haddish. He said, "I know you not really allowed outside, and you know you was in these streets. You got the DUIs, but I'm gonna need you to come over with me." They saying yes. Listen, backstage is full, y'all. Backstage is full. All right, hold on one second. In my opinion, I'm freezing. Are you there? In my opinion, am I freezing?
I don't see you freezing on my end, but it might be because we live.
Okay, all right. Well, let's see. I don't know. 9 million views. Yes, honey. In less than what, 24 hours or something like that? They said I'm freezing a little. Okay, we got to work through this, y'all, because we got to talk. Okay? I know a lot of people love Katt Williams. Freezing, but not bad. Okay. Who's trying to shut me up? We got to talk about this. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Now you know who that is.
No, come on now.
That's the little short guy trying to shut you down.
Trying to shut me down. Listen, the man is smart. The man is smart. Yes, he is. Yeah, so Katt Williams, we got to talk about it. Okay? He got the people mad. He got the people pissed off in these streets. And I don't care if you go in the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, the Daily News, the New York Post, TMZ, Radar Online, Page 6. They talking about Katt Williams. And so we got to talk about it. We're going to get into it. Then Whoopi Goldberg. The truth hurts. She said, don't believe the hype. She said it's fake news. She's not on no list. She said she don't even go nowhere. So y'all got her talking about, Jeffrey. She on the Jeffrey Epstein list. They said I am freezing a little. Ugh, this is ugly. What's going on with the internet? Okay, so Steve Harvey didn't respond, and I'm gonna tell you why he didn't respond. Because the truth of the matter is, Katt Williams sat over there at Club Shay Shay and he told nothing but the truth. Because he got the people pissed. Okay, we're going to talk about it. And Whoopi Goldberg says, stop it. Stop it. I'm not on that list. I didn't do nothing with no Jeffrey Epstein, and I wasn't touching nobody. She said, y'all better stop. It's fake news. The truth hurts, people. That's the name of this trending topics. The truth hurts. Then we got to talk about this probation court. I showed you the video a little bit yesterday. The man up in the court in Las Vegas with the lawyer. He didn't like what the judge had to say. So he leaped over. We better find out who this man, personal trainer is. That man cleared where the judge was sitting. It was up high, too. He cleared that whole thing, jumped over and jumped on the judge. If I was that judge, everybody in that courtroom will be fired. How you going to let this criminal come for me? I'm sitting here trying to do the law. This man ran all the way from back there and he still made it to me. Fire everybody. Give me some new people up in here to protect me. Messy boots. Listen, guys, y'all know what I need in that chat, right? You should give him 5 years. No, he deserves more than that. You don't come over here and touch the judge. Are you crazy? You did the crime. See, you know, everybody gangster until they got to go to jail. Everybody gangster. Honey, Superman, Spider-Man, that man leaped over that thing and cleared it. He didn't hit his leg, nothing. Yeah, he literally flew in midair. I want to know who his trainer is. What he eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Because he was ready. He stood there. He didn't like what he heard. He said, oh, okay, that's what you're doing, Judge? That's what you're doing? He said, not today. He just, child, listen. Yep. He was never supposed to get that close to the judge, Kim. A whole hot mess.
The judge was hollering, security.
Security. Yeah, no, I'm hiring everybody else. I'm high. Come on, you said hi to somebody like Tay. Come on. Like Tay said the other day, I would have sat on him. It was like an Olympian jump. He jumped. He cleared the whole thing and got right up on her. Child. Wait, you said, okay, hold on. Katt Williams is teaching everyone in Hollywood to speak with honor when speaking on his name. He's tired. Honey, listen, Taraji done spoke out. Everybody in these streets running their mouth now. He went over there to Club Shay Shay and shut the internet down. Listen, guys, y'all know what I need in the chat. Oh, see, y'all cheating me. See, I'm going to be like Taraji. I'm going to do a whole still video crying. How y'all don't even give me a like, and I come through here every night, Monday through Friday. Yes, I am. I'm going to do like Taraji. Saying how y'all do me dirty. Come on now. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Y'all know what I need. Yeah, the judge is in pain. She got beat down. And then you had the one guy standing there just looking. Dude, get over here. Help me out. Like I said, everybody getting fired. Wait, hold on. What'd you say? He bounced on the Bella back and sprung over the desk without touching it. Child, listen. Cunning Spider-Man, Superman, he got all the powers. That's why I don't want to know what he eats for breakfast and lunch. They were scared. Come on now, it's all of y'all and there's one of him. Come on. Listen, guys, y'all know what I need. Thank you, Latasha. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Trending Topics Thursday. And listen, the truth hurts, okay? Katt Williams shut down the internet. Let's bring the people in the building. Hey, Leo.
Hey, girl, somebody's getting fired in the name of Beyonce. The people getting fired.
The people getting fired. Come on now. Look who graced us here. Hey, Juice. Come on now. Hey, Wayne. Hey, E. Hey, Nick. Come on now, people. Tay and hey, Julius. Change the name up there. Okay, standing on business. Come on, y'all. We in the building.
Yeah, y'all. And listen, y'all better hit that like button or else we gonna strike.
Going on strike.
Do not cheat.
I'm gonna do a whole video like Taraji. That's what I gotta do out here.
Yeah,
because y'all showing
baby, we gotta have a whole meltdown, and we just gotta cry about these likes not being where they at.
Come on now. You know what though? I didn't put on the docket, but the Golden Globe Awards, they announced it, who's coming and the seating or whatever the case may be. Well, some people from The Color Purple are there. You got Oprah, Fantasia, and what's the girl name that played Hell, that sung Hell No? What's her name again?
Danielle Brooks.
They be at the table together, and I didn't see a sign that said Taraji P. Henson. But we're going to carry on. I'm just trying to give you updates. This ain't Diva saying nothing. I'm telling y'all, I saw the article. I saw the seating arrangements, okay? They got Oprah. They got Fantasia. Because, Oprah was walking around doing these promotions like Fantasia, like Tay Tay was her daughter. And Fantasia was the only one that got the Louis bag for Christmas. The Fantasia showed us that. We wouldn't have known. Fantasia showed us that. She got the Louis bag for Christmas. And now at the Golden Globe Awards, they sit at the nice table. They got the table set up. There's 3 people there at the table for The Color Purple, and Taraji was not be sitting next to Oprah. I'm just saying. I don't got nothing to do with that. Okay, I'm just telling y'all what happened, okay? All right, so let's carry on here. We might as well go ahead because y'all, we're going to do this Katt Williams story. Katt Williams shut the internet down. Shut it down. Let's get into this. And but you know what? Katt Williams went over there and spoke his truth.
Yes.
He said the people love to say that he take the, the substances, and he said he got a medical license. Only thing he do is every day he do the puff of the what they call it, the weed. Okay, he said that's all he do, and he use a roller, whatever the case may be. And he said, but he got his license for it because he said he need to go to sleep at night because he got weird hours, and that's what he used. He uses weed. He said, but you ain't never gonna find nobody on the street that showed him any illegal substances. Okay, that's what Katt Williams said over there. Katt Williams done talked about so many comedians. I lost count. He said a name and then he slayed it. Boom, boom, boom. He slayed him down. He said Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer stole his jokes. He said Steve Harvey did Bernie Mac dirty. He said Kevin Hart is an industry plant. He said, how did Kevin Hart live one place? Then all of a sudden he arrives in Hollywood and he got all these movies and all these deals. And he said, did you ever see how many stand-up comedy tours you seen with Kevin Hart? He slayed the people down. And Chris Tucker been minding his business for a whole minute. And he done brought Chris Tucker in the conversation. I said, good gosh. Who was free of this man's mouth? He lost his natural mind with Club Shay Shay, okay? To the point
he
where
got Diddy too.
He got Diddy too. Ludacris. No, he left nobody. He left no what did they say? Nothing unturned.
No stone unturned.
No stone unturned, honey. You name it, he said it. And listen, he said straight up. Yeah. He said straight up and told his truth. And then Shannon, I guess he thought he was going to try to help him out. He said, the drinking. He said, no. He said, I had a couple of sips. He said, you done drunk more than me. Stop. So he let the people know he was good. At one, the producer came in and was saying a little something because he said, you might have messed up the dates. He said, don't worry about that. I might have said a date wrong, but what I'm saying is the truth. And I'm paraphrasing, y'all. This is what the Katt Williams said. He told that producer, you don't got to come over here and try to help me out. He said, because the truth is the truth. But you notice when Cedric the Entertainer responded, he never said, I ain't still that joke. He said, listen, you try and base my career off of one joke? Get out of here. And then he gave his resume. The one who had fire in their mouth was that Kevin Hart. And I'm about to show you this. And Ricky Smiley responded. And Ricky pretty much said that he's hurt. And that Katt Williams hurt his family. Now, I will say there was an ouch moment when he talked about Ricky Smiley. He said, why would that man lie when he just lost his kid? I said, ooh. I said, ouch. He said, I don't know why liars lie. And all Ricky could come back and say is, I'm hurt. No, we want to hear you say that brother was lying. Let's get into this. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen. Let me see. Where we going to go? Because I'm trying to show you Kevin Hart's response. Let's see. Let me see. It might be here. You know what? What I'll do first is let's do here. I'll do this first, and then we'll go. Then we'll backtrack. Okay. So Kevin Hart's explosive interview strikes nerves. Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, Blackson all respond. Now he said, how is Cedric the Entertainer going to be called the entertainer when he can't sing, he can't dance? He said he's not a triple threat. And he said that pretty much Cedric can't even tell jokes. Good gosh. Katt Williams predicted his Shay Shay interview would have the internet in shambles, and now some of the guys he attacked are fighting back. Kevin Hart called Katt's comments sad Thursday, but didn't squander the opportunity to plug his new action movie Lift with all the unsolicited buzz from the interview. So gotta get that anger out of Champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer to my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on Netflix in 8 days. There's a moment in the trailer where somebody says they really love you. I know. Show more. Well, I'm not going to show more there because here. Now, this interview, I hope I don't catch the Breakfast Club. See, the problem with the Breakfast Club is they ding you. I'm going to try to play in a back way, but Kevin Hart lost his mind and he got Tiffany Haddish sitting next to him. So Katt essentially labeled Kevin the Jussie Smollett of comedy, a charlatan who was planted in the movie industry after arriving in Los Angeles from Philly without any real buzz, and claims to have turned down plenty of lowbrow roles that Kevin happily scooped up. Kevin and Katt have been at odds for years. Kevin claimed Katt flamed out on drugs during a 2015 Breakfast Club interview, to which Katt recently told Shannon Sharpe he's never done a hard drug in his life. Not to be outdone, Michael Blackson didn't let Katt slide for accusing him of using a fake African accent throughout his career, but still gave him his props at the end of the day. Okay, it's a mess. According to Mike, Katt ranks on the fourth best comedian alive. He ranked himself at number 10. But thanks his 2005 glory years are long behind him. Mike claims he saw Katt get heckled in his Cincinnati hometown before a terrible look, and he said it's a terrible look for a legend. Cedric the Entertainer also got pissed over Katt's continued allegations he was a joke thief, but he hinted that he wouldn't be participating in the back and forth mudslinging. Katt also got a rise out of Ricky Smiley today regarding their beef that began on Ice Cube's Friday's next set. Much like others, he says Katt has the facts messed up. Now, that's just some of it as we go through, because I'm going to make sure I pull up the right videos for y'all. I'm going to add some stuff in between your responses. So, Leo, what are your thoughts?
Oh my God, I thought opinion was first. Okay.
She dropped by mistake, but go ahead.
Okay. So it was a lot. It was a lot to digest. I'm gonna have to, I didn't watch all of it. I watched some of it because I don't have 3 hours to sit and just watch, like that. But I'm gonna catch it on the weekend, while I'm in the house doing things. And I see it as Katt is tired and he frustrated, and he has probably because he kept mentioning the three, the Ricky, the Cedric, and the Steve Harvey. And so they the three, he sees them, Katt Williams himself sees them as the people that make the moves, and Kevin Hart came through Steve Harvey to get the big dollars and the big bucks, and Kevin Hart makes sure he keep his mouth right about Steve Harvey. And so I feel certain ways, different ways, and I have not completely processed it. But if y'all can remember, if you dig back into time, y'all remember when a little boy at Tussle and had Katt Williams had punched a little boy in his mouth, and little boy tussled him down to the ground. Okay, I feel like Katt Williams have a lot of Napoleon in him. And I'm not saying that what he said was not true. I give him all credit to what he said was true. I have my own personal feelings about the comedians that he has named, how they got in the industry, how they were able to get big. Everybody, there's a story behind everybody's story, and you have to climb on the backs of others to be able to be successful in the business. I am halfway in about that they came to the club Shay Shay and lied.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that. I believe they told their version of the story and Katt Williams see it as lies. Okay. But I also see another side of that, as well as, you screaming and you bouncing up and down off the couch on that cognac because how successful these men have been on the back of your jokes. Simply because you weren't able to toe the industry line. I see a little bit of that as well. I'm not saying the man lied, that people stole his jokes. I'm not saying that he's not telling the truth about that, but he is angry and he do feel away. And he do, because if these people weren't successful, he would never have called their name.
Yeah.
So they profited and they built a brand and they built a business and they multimillionaires. And even though he say he comfortable with what he got, I believe he is comfortable with what he has. But you do feel a way that these men have profited and they are the apple of the eye of the industry. And you feel a way about that. And it's obvious to me. And that's the reason why you could give a 2 hour and 36-minute interview or 46-minute interview at the Club Shay Shay, down to the Club Shay Shay, because you do feel a way and you had a whole lot to say. It wasn't just about people. People go and lie all the time in the media, so that is not unusual, but it made you feel that motivated to come and get your platform. You are out there everywhere today, sir. Katt Williams, you did your thing. You are out there on all the blogs, on all the rags. You are out there on everything, and you got what you wanted. You got your fame. You got your infamy. You got your little 15 minutes that you wanted for yourself as well, because all these other people have profited, and I hope he is able to profit off of him speaking his truth.
We'll see. We'll see. Hold on. Let's hear Kevin Hart speak.
Katt Williams comes from. You keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You fucked off promo shoots. You fucked off your promo fucking trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped fucking with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose drugs.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lunel. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I brought my guys and girls up. The brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. Frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood.
Ooh. I'm gonna interject with some other people's comments, but Felicia, you're up.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I don't know much about the comedic world. I did watch Mr. Williams' interview. I'm not surprised. I don't know of an industry that doesn't have gatekeepers. He spoke about them heavily. I don't know about an industry that doesn't underpay people. I don't know about an industry that doesn't necessarily recognize raw talent. So it seems to me that he is coming in with what is the truth, which is needed for many of these young people out here to know how this game is played and how you win and how you become isolated. Because he would not play that game. He would not participate. He was an outsider and he was treated as such. And my understanding was that he went on Mr. Sharp's show because others had come up and said things that were misleading and were untrue. And one of those things he was very clear about was whether or not he had ever used hard drugs. So if Kevin was up there today at the Breakfast Club speaking that way, I suggest that he get ready. He may have another lawsuit in play. Sometimes people do become very frustrated with what their peers are saying in terms of their reputation and credibility. I also would like to say that during that interview, Mr. Williams gave us a real in-depth look at his childhood and how he left home when he was 13. And he had moved and he had no family and no friends down there in Florida, and how he was figuring out how he was going to live. You know, he's brilliant. I mean, he says he was reading long before he was 3 and 4 years of age. He could knock out about 8,000 books a year. He was brutally beaten by his father and left home. And he had to work and learn on these streets to be able to build some kind of stability for himself and for his family, which he has many children. And he seems, in my opinion, to be at a place where he's comfortable where he's at. And he understands what he could have obtained had he played the game, but he chose not to. He decided to really polish up on his talent and to pursue that. So they said he was going to break the internet, and he did. He's gone viral, and he has. And I wish him the best in the future.
Ooh. All right, let's just hold on 1 second. Let me go back to this. Let's play another piece here.
Already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words. You didn't know? Yeah, Kevin Hart purchased it, so he's now doing Comic View. That happened at the same time that they gave DC Young Fly Hollywood Squares. Yeah, because they tell you that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? Ain't he now opening it up for... Don't such and such open the gate? What do you mean ain't no gatekeepers? There's 100 gates out here. Everyone I've seen got a keeper. I know so many things I should know, and he already had his deals when he got here. Have we?
Like I said, the interview is almost 3 hours. You can go there and watch. It's a lot. Juice you up. Nice to see you.
Hey girl, hey. Let me tell y'all. I saw this interview first thing in the morning. It popped up on my timeline. Okay. I immediately clicked on and watched, because first of all, I love how Shannon Sharp does his interviews. And to see Katt Williams, let me tell y'all, anybody who's surprised that the internet is off the chain, y'all don't know Katt Williams, because that's what he does. He will make the internet go off the chain. But I want to point out something real quick, Diva. When I first saw this interview, Katt Williams said this. Hold on. Katt Williams said this when he came into Club Shay Shay, and he's sitting on the sofa. He sipped a little bit of the cognac, and he said this. He said, "Shannon, I came to your place because I like how you have a safe place here. People can tell the truth. I love that people can come here and tell the truth." Katt Williams is no dummy. That man will set up a scene, and he did just that. He was so comfortable, and then he was going to come with the 1-2. He said, you have this where people can come in here and you feel real comfortable because your place is a safe place and they tell the truth. He said, but then you let Ricky Smiley come on here and lie. When I tell you, I dropped the mic at that moment, and I knew this was going to be an amazing video, because I was like, Shannon, you ain't even see that 1-2 coming. You don't know Katt Williams like you think you know Katt Williams. I knew it was going to be amazing. Now, here's the thing. Katt Williams is very intellectual. He's a very intelligent young man. He's very book smart. He's very street. He's a smart guy. However, I think sometimes his delivery is all kinds of ways. But he spoke about a lot, and I'm gonna tell you, I believe a large majority of what he said. I don't think he said it in the best way, but he said it the way Katt Williams is gonna say it. I do think there was this issue with Ricky Smiley when regarding those roles, because I watched Ricky Smiley's video that he spoke about that when he had the other gentleman on there as well, speaking about, you know, the roles and so forth. So I kind of believe Katt Williams, but Katt Williams is this thing. It was a lot. I did not like that he called, was it earthquake? He said one of them, I don't know which one he says was illiterate and stuff like that. I didn't like that kind of stuff.
He did say that about earthquake. He did.
Yeah.
I thought it was phase. Was it earthquake? Because he said he could. I thought it was phase on. He said he couldn't read a teleport the card.
I thought it was earthquake, but it could be because
maybe it was. Maybe it was. That day was so long, Leo. I couldn't. I started mixing the people up. But yeah, it was messy.
Yeah. It was messy. It was messy, but it was also it was also some form of truth, because I had no idea that Steve Harvey was wearing the wig. I didn't know about the wig, Steve Harvey. I didn't know. But I was talking to somebody else today about it, and they were like, yeah, we knew that a long time ago. And I was like, say what? So
that it was earthquake. Yeah. Okay. Messy. No, when I used to watch this Steve Harvey show, and many people were saying that he did have a piece on there. But you know, Katt Williams, he tore that whole interview up from the beginning to the end. He didn't miss a beat.
He had an agenda. He knew what that agenda was. He knew he was going to get on Club Shay Shay. He knew it was an open format, so he can do what he needed to do. He went for an agenda, and he delivered that agenda. That's all I got to say until the next round.
Okay, got you. Doreen, thank you for the super chat. Kevin Hart probably got a good agent to get him good roles. Okay. You know, Katt Williams said, like many are currently saying about the industry, that there's things you have to do to get said roles. I can't, you know, verify that is the truth, but a lot of people are saying that. And Katt Williams said it too.
That's why he's called the entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't write jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the entertainer.
Right.
We found...
Ooh, child. I mean, he slayed like this that whole interview. It was a lot.
He said he ready for the smoke. If y'all want it, I got it. That's what he said.
What? Not on Tubi? Come on now. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that to Cedric. Okay, he didn't have to do that. Julius, you're up.
Listen, Katt Williams been at the very bottom. He been broke 4 times. Listen, he been to the bottom, been there, been up and down. Listen, but what he said was the truth. If he wasn't telling the truth, his story would have switched up. He was direct, he was clear, he was concise, and he wasn't all over the place. He said what the heck he said. Now, the reason why, you know, I brought up about him being broke 4 times, because I go back to the Wild 'N Out episode he was on, where, you know, they was cracking on him, you know, like, oh, you was broke, blah, 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 you know, part of the skit. And Katt was like, yeah, I've been broke 4 times and come up with something better. So unbothered. And it's just like that joke landed flat. And I think, to me, what he's saying is, it's like, I'm going to be frank, I don't see Katt Williams as a hater, as some said in the chat. And I don't see, to me, Kevin Hart's not funny at all. Because he does the same facial imperfections all the time, like in Think Like a Man. Even when he did his comedy special, it's the same, like improv. Like, bruh, switch it up. Like when Katt Williams did Money Mike, he did so much improv. That's what made the role so funny, because we didn't know what we was gonna get, you know. And it's like with Kevin Hart, it's like his stuff is generic, and generic is out of season. And it's just like, you know, I'm team Katt Williams. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's just what it is.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Julius. So somebody they've been this he's been trending all day. He said, they said, so this was a weed the whole time? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Said Katt Williams.
Yes, it was.
He was accepted into college at 7, read 3K books a year since he was 8, and concurrently won a 4.4 at 52 years old.
Lying. It was clearly lying.
They said, y'all all can't tell me that Katt Williams' interview is longer than The Color Purple. Yes, it was. Shannon Sharp just said hello, and Katt Williams is like, I'll begin with a list of everyone who I think is untalented in alphabetical order. After we finish up with that, I'm going to tell you about all the people who stole from me. These people, he's been killing all day. Katt Williams saying someone had a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife, and it could apply to 7 people. He was messy.
I hollered too. I hollered. Now that was funny.
Yeah. Katt Williams' interview with Epstein list dropping on the same day definitely proves the universe bends towards being a messy bitch that lives for drama. After several breaks to respond to phone calls and work emails, I finally finished that Katt Williams interview. I'm one of the 10 Black people in America who wasn't it. Listen, they be coming at this thing all day long. Tay, you're up.
All I say, I'm Team Katt. That's all I gonna say.
I hear you. Chef Kev, thank you for the super sticker. Much appreciated. All right. Nikki, you're up.
Ooh, child. I did not know. I wasn't ready. I was not ready. Just based on those little tweets or whatever it was that you listen.
Child.
Katt Williams out here deading these people, like on sites. Based on just the little bit that you've shown. Now I'm really excited. I'm like, Lord, where have I been all day? What the hell have I been doing? But I will say this about Kevin Hart. I'm with Julius. I don't like Kevin Hart. I think he does the same thing. He's just like the rinse cycle. I don't feel like he's very original in any way. He talks about being short and how Shaq is tall. To me, that's what he always talks about. But I wanted to say something because I was one of those people years ago that I was just kind of like, what the hell happened to Katt Williams? Like, it just seemed like he was in movie after movie after movie, had special after special, and then he just went somewhere out of nowhere. And my husband was like, oh, I think something with drugs or whatever. So then I went online and looked, but I never really could confirm anything. So I never even saw that Breakfast Club video that you were referring to. But listen, I guess Katt woke up today and he was just like, I got time today. But this is the thing with Kevin Hart and what he's saying. I just want him to shut up. And this is why. First of all, the entertainment industry is not the industry that ever is concerned about drug use. Okay. So they protect their talent, right? So we know that that's not an industry where it's like, first of all, let's be clear. The people that are getting drug tested at work before they start are the frontline people. It is not the CEO. It ain't the CFO. It ain't the comptroller. It's none of those people. None of those people are taking any type of drug test. And that's for the regular people. So Kevin Hart going on the Breakfast Club talking about, oh, well, he's not in the industry anymore because he's on drugs. Please believe there's a whole bunch of people in Hollywood that's on drugs. And it isn't, I don't know, can we say drugs? I don't know.
I wish you stopped saying it so much.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Diva. I apologize.
That's fine. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, people on those substances, it is not a problem. There's so many of them. So I'm just like, get out of here with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's synonymous with that type of usage of stuff. So I just want him to stop. But I don't know when that video was. So hopefully that's like 8 years ago and not current. But the thing that I will say though is I just feel like what it was called? She told Portia Williams on Atlanta. She was like, file a lawsuit against me if you bought that life. Like, I feel like that's why I believe what he's saying, even though I haven't even watched the video, just what you've shown us. Because if he wasn't being truthful, these people would say he's a liar, don't believe nothing he's saying. He would be getting that cease and desist I was telling you about. He would be shut all the way down if what he was saying was false. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say for right now.
All right, I appreciate you. Hold on 1 second. Let's share screen really once again, and then I'm coming to you, E. Katt Williams set this thing on fire, and they're right. It's longer than The Color Purple.
You know, the little segment between everything is fine and I got it, and then you noticing where it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that. The thing about as a comedian, the audience matters, not you, the writer, not none of that. And so I don't think any comedian has ever been booed unnecessarily either.
They deserve it.
Oh yeah. I'm saying what do they say when a guy shoots the air ball in the NBA? They say air ball.
Right. When you have, I mean, I don't know how early it was in your career.
Make sure everybody knows, but again, he still got to get back on D.
Right.
Like the game didn't end. He don't get to throw his hands up and sulk.
Right.
That's supposed to be used as a learning experience. Most comedians don't get booed enough. I mean, this is how you end up with a Michael Blackson who's a real African doing a fake African accent. Okay, this guy is mad at me. All I did was give him the best advice of his life. Remember, he was wearing dirty dashikis, and I told him he needed to dress to be in the position that he's trying to say that he's in. And if you're the African king of comedy, sir, there's actually comedians in Africa doing comedy. If you're going to say that, you got to go to Africa and get a school, dude. Everybody got, you got to put in some work. And these guys, they take my advice, they change their whole persona, and then they hate me for it. And generally, I'm just too big to comment or make a statement about it or make sure everybody knows. But
oh, child, he said he schooled the people, then they get mad. E, you're up. Are you there, E?
All right. So me personally, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hello. Hey.
Yes.
I am offended when people call Katt Williams bitter. When people come out and lie on you, you have every right to stand up, speak up, and respond. Whatever that looks like is whatever that looks like, because it's a hurtful thing to be lied on, especially to the masses. And if he did not speak up, then people would assume that the narrative was true, and they would assume that he liked it. Now, he said something I thought was very poignant. He said, the biggest telltale sign of a person who sold their soul to the devil is a person who insists that it never happened. Now, we already know that some of these people are not to be trusted. Now, I'll start with Kevin. We already know Kevin is an SHIT person. Look what he did to his first wife. Look at him lying all over the place and cheating. Look what he's currently doing. Okay, losing all the money in Las Vegas, and then got your assistant down, Natasha K. But that's a story for another time. Kevin tried to switch the narrative and say, oh, Katt, you need to stop trying to blame the white man for your not being able to take off in Hollywood and look within. I don't know about you all. I didn't hear Katt Williams trash any white man. What does the white man have to do with this? That's a dog whistle, if you ask me. Katt Williams told the truth on a bunch of black men. That's what I heard. Steve Harvey, Cedric the non-entertainer, Earthquake, whatever. Kevin Hart, Ricky Smiley. If anybody thought Katt Williams was blaming the white man for him not being more Hollywood, I'll tell you right now, you're a fat Faison liar. That's what you are. And didn't fat Faison come out himself and post on his Instagram All of the fights that Katt Williams had been in, go to Fat Fazion's Instagram right now and see if you don't see him trying to troll Katt Williams because his feelings was hurt. That's the first time Fat Fazion has ever been trending on Instagram since Instagram was invented. Okay, now let's get that out the way. And this is not Kevin's first time alleging Katt did drugs. He said this in 2018 after Katt came on the radio station in my hometown with Frank and Wanda. Okay, shout out to having 19 felonies and no convictions and not having $12 worth of jewelry on. Hey, Katt. He said on that interview that Tiffany Haddish didn't write her own jokes. And it's a lot more funnier and more deserving female comics who have put in the work, who are more dark-skinned and overweight, and he told nothing but the truth. And how did Kevin respond after that went viral? Because this is not Katt's first time going viral. Whenever he goes on the radio, he goes viral. That interview on B103 in my hometown did 10 million views in one day. So Katt is known for going viral and breaking the internet, especially when he has something on his heart. Okay. Now, Kevin responded, how? By trying to discredit and invalidate that man's authenticity by claiming he is under the influence. Well, you know what, Kevin? For someone who gambles and someone who does drugs himself, allegedly, where are the receipts? Show me. Because we're able to dig up the receipts on what he's talking about on you. But see, you're trying to make him a liar. And that's fine, because I want to see both sides. But show me the evidence, because the internet was busy this morning. A lot of people have dug up the receipts on Cedric, the non-entertainer, not only stealing jokes from Katt, okay, but I saw some other people come out. The internet dug up the receipts on D.L. Hughley too. Didn't Columbus Short come out and say that he had a run-in with D.L. Hughley and D.L. Hughley had stole from him too? Steve Harvey was stealing too, not just from his first wife, but let's go a little bit deeper. Didn't Mark Curry come out and confirm it, that Steve had stole jokes from him? But we knew Steve was a thief, okay? Not only did he steal his first wife's children, but he stole Marjorie's ex-husband's children too. Steve just stealing everything. Okay, that male unit that he loves to wear, I thought I had it with Steve Harvey. But he said when Monique was on the show, Monique said, when did it start being about the money and not about the integrity? And Steve said, I haven't got time to worry about integrity. I got kids I got to feed. So he's letting you know that he doesn't have any integrity. So if he a lie and steal, I'm surprised it's not anybody's in the backyard. We need to check this. Maybe Shirley Strawberry's husband is not the only one who need to stay away from kids and pets, allegedly. Ricky Smiley came out this morning and said, I wish Katt the best. After what Katt said about Ricky Smiley, which was nothing but the truth. Ricky Smiley has gotten more roles, dressing up as and imitating Black women, being ignorant, than he has being a Black king and being roles made for Black men. Ricky came out and said, I don't want no smoke. Now, I don't know about you all on the panel, but the only reason I can think of in my mind, and who the hell am I? But the only reason I can think that a grown man at Ricky's big age would come out and say best wishes to another man who blasted him publicly for lying and dressing up in women's clothes is because it's true. Not only is it true, but there's more evidence and there are witnesses and there's more to tell. Because Diva, if I had a dead son and you put my credibility on their grave and called me a liar, or we would have to catch a fade. I'm like Whitney Houston when she told Wendy, oh, I'll meet you outside. I'll meet you outside. Okay? We will have to stand on business. So listen, all of these people coming, they're just big mad right now. But he opened the floodgates, and it's going to be more to come. Steve Harvey, T.L. Hughley, Mark, who is this other one? Kevin Hart. Watch out now, because January is not over. You think we're waiting on the Epstein list, but I think we got something else coming around the corner. Let's wait till MLK Day. I'll be right here. Woo, E.
Oh my God.
Preach, E. Go ahead and preach.
Lene, thank you so much for the super chat. The internet is exposing everyone. Child, he shut the clubhouse down. I don't think nobody will ever come on that couch and tell a lie. They're going to think about their answer before they say it. And if they don't, they're a whole fool. K&J, thank you so much for the super chat. So now we're believing that Katt read 8 books a day since the age of 8. Okay, then I have an island for sale. Praying for Katt. He seems like he needs therapy like the rest of us. I'm going to be honest with you. The man is very well spoken. If I remember the interview, I don't think he went back to high school. I don't think he did. From everything that he said he was on his own since the age of 13. So do I believe that part of his day when he was homeless, he did go to the library, read and study? He's very well spoken. I'm believing a highly major portion of what this man has said. Maybe there's some things where he might have put 20 on 10, but I don't know. I'm believing a lot that he said, darn near everything. And the reason why I really believe what he's saying is because all of them, and someone told me that interview I showed with Kevin Hart is old. All of them came out with a soft and pink response. All of them. And he brought the smoke, Katt Williams. And they all said, I wish him well. It's sad what he did. But they never said he was alive. Not a near one of them. And like E said, with Ricky Smiley, he came for his neck. He came for the jugular. He said that's why people believe in rituals. Because this man came up here on your show and lied. Now, what's the name? Ricky Smiley, he did try to say how he did try to revamp the whole role situation. But at the end of the day, that man, just his whole demeanor, just the way that he was sitting there. But I got to give it to him. School or not, he's extremely well spoken. And I believe what he said, that this man went to the library. He knows how to pronounce his words. He even got cute because in an indirect way, he called her stupid. I can't remember the word he used. He said, see, some of y'all don't even know what that means. And he said, some of these comedians, they can't come back at me because they don't even know when I use certain words, what I really said to them. He slayed it. He slayed that interview. And like I said, every response that I read, none of them really came for him. They all was like, oh, it's sad that he said that. Your silence is golden. And like he said, with the role that he did, that Ricky Smiley swore was his, he said he wrote it. He came there and wrote the character. And he said he told them to take out the one scene. You got to go watch it. It's 3 hours. Watch it. It will be worth your time. And the 3 hours kind of go by. I did break it up, but the last 2, I watched it all together. But he said, what is funny about someone getting hurt? I'm saying it mildly, y'all, because this is YouTube. And he told them to pull that scene out. And I think Ricky was butthurt because he told a lot of stuff. He said, I wrote in my contract, I'll never do a movie with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress.
What
he
David,
said,
can I
I'll let you give me 1 more minute. He also said that Tyler Perry nor Ricky Smiley can play a man. Now, I'm not trying to be fresh here, but if you see that movie, and I like the movie, I'm thinking it's Good Deeds or something like that. But anyway, Tyler Perry tried to play a man. It didn't work.
Deeds and Alex Cross.
Yeah, Alex Cross. It didn't work.
I think it was Mr. Deeds, or was it Good Deeds?
It didn't work though. So Katt Williams told a lot of truth, and it hurt because the truth hurts. Go ahead, Leo. You wanted to add something in.
And just to add in, what he said is how when he described his delivery to the higher ups, he said respectfully, do we want the funny? If we want the funny, then to do this particular act is not funny no matter who it is.
That part.
And he said, I wrote my own lines for
Magic Mike. I think it was Magic Mike.
He wrote those own lines. So I give it up to him. He
Yes.
is definitely intelligent.
Yes.
And his approach to the higher ups, I give that to him. He didn't go and say, "No, I ain't doing that. I can't do that. I'm gonna see." No, he ain't even do it like that. He came through with a respectful argument.
He did. He did. And I believe every word he said. I believe him when he said, "I told them to get the real pimp." And what's his name? Don Juan in that movie. He said, "I'm the one that told them." Even Ricky Smiley came back and said, yes, he was the best person for that role. Yes, he said how this character should dress. So you're saying all of that. So 5 things that Katt Williams said is true. And the one thing he said about you not having a role first or all of that, that was a lie. Do you see what I'm trying to say? We got to make it make sense here.
I went out to audition for Friday After Next as Money Mike, not the Santa Claus. And that is the honest God truth. I had no reason to go on there and to go on Shannon Sharp's show and lie about any of that. That's what I auditioned for. I guess when Katt Williams did it, they added the whole pimp twist to that character, which was actually a better decision and made it funnier. Because ain't no way in the hell I could have executed that role like that. And I'm glad that they made that decision and they put me in a Santa Claus role, which was actually perfect. So when I got back to LA, they said, "Hey, your role has changed. You're going to be the Santa Claus. And here's the Santa Claus suit. Put it on, and here's your lines." Sat in the trailer, went over the lines, went over my stuff with Cube, and the rest is history. Had no reason. I just want to clarify that. Had no reason to lie. I went out to audition for Friday After Friday, and then there was no contract ever that in agreement with the first Sunday movie, because that was a whole different production directed by who just directed my Netflix special, David E. Talbert, about me playing Bernice Jenkins. That's something that David called me personally. David and Lynn are fans and have been fans of my work for a long time. And it was like, "We want you to play Bernice Jenkins, and you know, and here you go." And that's what happened. And I went out there and shot that in one day, me and Red Grant. And that was a lot of fun. Right. And it had nothing to do with Katt Williams' contract or whatever. So I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I respect Katt. Definitely disappointed that you have to get on the air and explain something like this, but you know, by that. And then there was no contract ever that in agreement with the first. You know where you been? The statement about Ricky Smiley is not funny. I've been sold out since '97. That part. Every single show I have done since '97, maybe not big arenas, but I pack up those theaters and have to add shows in comedy clubs. And between radio and all of that and raising a family, I'm comfortable with. What makes me sad, I don't like the way that made my kids feel. And that's why I'm not gonna, go after him, because he has kids and family members and nieces and nephews also, and it hurts our family members and people that do love us when we say hurtful things about each other. So we want to wish Katt Williams the best or whatever. It ain't nothing but love over here just because we don't agree. Arnez J and I had beef for about 20 years, and I end up sitting next to him on a plane. And when I saw him, I couldn't do nothing but grab him and hug. The statement about Ricky Smiley is not funny. I've been sold out since '97. That part. Every single in, but you don't know where you're going, and you don't know who you're gonna need. And I promise to God, if there's anything that he or anybody in his family on his staff ever need, we'll be there. Because I stick up for comics, and we all are not perfect, and we all don't get along all the time or whatever. We all have issues, but at the same time, we are all in the same game. You know where you've been, but you don't know where you're going, and you don't know who you're gonna need. And I promise to God, if there's anything that he or anybody in his family on his staff ever need, we'll be there. Because I stick up for comics, and we all are not perfect, and we all don't get along all the time or whatever. We all have issues, but at the same time, we are all in the same game. You know where you been.
He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was.
Sir, no one. Why no? He was with KD. He beat up Terry Crews. Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood? They switched off roles. You take this and he what? So Ricky Smiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. He was so egregious, not.
Oh, good gosh. Good gosh, this was heavy.
He snatched them, didn't he? He snatched all the baby hairs. He snatched.
Oh, good gosh.
Snatched all the wigs, the teeth.
Diva, I wish they would have got the rest of it because he said he was convincing because him and Tyler Perry is good in them dresses.
You know, here's the thing, right? I will say this. None of us were ever there. So it's a matter of you just deducting when you hear a story, what sounds more believable versus what does not. I will say this. When Ricky Smiley was talking, as gracious as he was being shaky in his voice. Go watch this 3-hour interview with Katt Williams. His demeanor never changed. He didn't shake. He didn't stutter. He didn't have to think about the story. It came off his lips. It just rolled off. I'm no body language expert. Yeah, Stephanie, it was shaky. It was shaky. And I like Ricky Smiley. I don't have nothing against none of them, right? And my thing is though, but when you listen, there's sometimes you can listen to I'm sure he was hurt. I would be hurt too, right? Listen, when people who do other people dirty, when they get called out, they do get hurt. If the masses hear it, they do get hurt. Well, and of course, and I think also he was hurt because Ricky Smiley went below the belt when he talked about why would you come up here and lie and you got the kid that just passed away.
You mean Katt Williams?
Yeah, Katt Williams. He went below the belt. He went below the belt. But Emmanuel, you're in the building. What did you want to say?
I'm glad I was able to come in because I am not okay with what Katt Williams did. I think that he is coming across very bitter, and I don't see the need for him to come out and do this. I personally like Kevin Hart. I know some people were kind of bashing him earlier, but I think he's a cool guy. And I mean, we see him all the time in commercials and specials. And Katt Williams, listen here, let the talent speak for itself. Okay, he has about 1 million followers on Instagram. Kevin Hart has 178 million. So, what do I think is true? What he's saying, I do. But I don't see the need for him to come out and say this. Sounds like Monique coming out here talking about everybody, and then you wonder why you're not getting jobs. You gotta know how to play your cards. So
Whoo, well, you came to bring
But
up the other
Katt is
side,
still
but
working.
He played his cards. He got 9 million views in a day. Let's be clear.
Well,
well,
yeah,
His
because
cards were
people
great.
like the
let
gossip.
me ask you this, Emmanuel. So Monique was the first one to come out about Oprah allegedly, and Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels has since apologized.
Mm-hmm.
Oprah and Tyler Perry really kind of refused to, right?
Right.
But let's back this up. Now Taraji is really much saying the same story. She just didn't name names. So do people have the right to tell their truth, or do you keep it in silence and then you let these same individuals continue to hurt talent at the talent at the talent at the talent because nobody is exposing them for who they are? Now, maybe we don't like the delivery of Katt Williams.
Can I say something, Diva?
Okay, give me a minute though.
Okay.
Maybe we don't like the delivery of Katt Williams. Maybe, he's coming off because he's not the one up top as bitter. But how many times have we heard lately, and I'm keeping it clean, and keep it clean, everybody, because this is YouTube, that if you don't bend over and do what they say, then you are going to get blackballed and kicked out the industry. Now, we're not just hearing this from Katt Williams. We heard it from many others. They're saying that these Diddy parties were very sinister. We're not going to backtrack to that. It's all leading down the same road. So what Katt Williams is saying is not far-fetched. If you fall in line, you will rise to the top. And he also pretty much said it's every industry. There is a gatekeeper to every industry, whether it's Target, Walmart. How many times have I said this? Right? So he's saying that pretty much if you don't bend over, but you give in and you get a guarantee. Everybody wants to talk about this Illuminati. He actually came out of his mouth and said it in the interview and said he was invited. There was a deal put on the table. He was there. Ludacris is there. He said no. Allegedly, Ludacris said yes. And you see, boom, there it is. And he said how many Fast and Furious movies there are. He said you got about 20 more coming down the pipeline. I'm just saying that two can be true. Maybe it's messy, but that doesn't mean it's a lie. The reason why I'm leaning towards this man told no lies is because none of them came out and called him a liar. Go to Cedric's response. He said it's sad. You heard Ricky Smiley's response. He said pretty much it's sad. Kevin Hart's response, it is sad. I'm not going to get into minutia and go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
All of them talked about the sadness of what Katt Williams was saying, but not one of them. And Katt Williams said it in the interview. He said, and you ain't going to come back. They can't come back and say, I told no lies. Nikki, what did you want to say?
I just wanted to say real quick. I think what Katt Williams said, his delivery part is raw. But I think that's what makes it feel very authentic. That's what makes it feel very believable. But with regard to what I think Emmanuel was saying about, he didn't have to do this and he seems bitter and this, that, and the third. Well, I kind of liken that, and I feel like it's adjacent to the employers that want you to keep your salary very quiet. Don't tell anyone else how much money we're paying you because then there'll be an uproar. Well, employees should know so that they can be aware that she's coming in the door making X amount of dollars. He's exposing the industry. And the problem is he's exposing people in the industry as opposed to the total industry, if that makes sense. And that's the reason that they have a problem. But like Diva said, I think this is very true. It's like, file a lawsuit against me. If you really, they don't want to get into the minutia of it because then they're going to have to be disposed at some point. And so that's why they don't want to get into the minutia of it. But I will say this one last thing. I always say, use your Miranda rights, just shut up, because all of this stuff that these people are coming in and trying to say about Katt Williams, it feels very much like we want to make him seem like the delusional old uncle that nobody wants to talk about, but y'all used and put the cable in your uncle's name and got your new, car in his name. It feels like that's what they want the audience to believe, that this man is crazy and he's on drugs. And so we can't really take anything that he's saying as believable, which all of it, even the short amount of stuff that you've given, Diva, all feels very believable to me. But that's it.
Right. Thank you. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let you speak again. Okay. Brandon, thank you so much for the super chat. I quit watching Kevin Hart after he said he would break a dollhouse over his 6-year-old son's head. Now, Brown Eyes, I'm glad. Come on now, Brown Eyes. Throw the words back at me. Holla. I ain't mad at you.
That part.
Always said silence is golden. Can we talk, Brown Eyes? This man did not speak until he watched several interviews of them speaking on him. He didn't just decide that he was going to come off his chair and come to Shannon Sharp and speak about them. He told Shannon Sharp from the onset, why you let this man and these people come up on your show and lie? That's why he was there. Listen, guys, I watched before I came here. I didn't just string the clips together and decided, okay, that's it. Somebody asked me yesterday, was I ready to talk about Katt Williams? And I was not, because I did not see the interview. I stayed up late last night, and then I had to finish watching it today. I watched it from beginning to end, the entire 3 hours. It's almost 3 hours. What? Maybe it's 10 minutes short of 3 hours. Like somebody said, longer than The Color Purple. This man sat there and said, I'm coming here to tell the truth because these other people straight up came on your seat and he said they lied and you let them lie. That's why he was there. So yes, I do believe silence is golden. But if you got 10 to 15 people keep coming and talking about me, well, then I got to come now and I got to shut it down and give you some facts and put the truth in your face. That's what I do have to do. If somebody stole my joke, they stole my joke. This man, you got to go, and not that we're going to resurface back to this, but I would say to everyone, if you didn't see the whole 3 hours, watch the whole 3 hours and then come talk to me. But Brown Eyes, I appreciate you. You are right. You could throw my words back at me all the time. Silence is golden. But if we got to talk, we got to talk. And they brought his name up. So he decided to bring it back up. This man said, okay. This man said, he said, they said I was on hard substances. And he said, never. This man adopted 7 kids. He said he walked the streets as a single father. He said when he saw online his net worth, he laughed. I never heard about this man being homeless. I never heard about it. I never heard about him begging for bread. When Shannon Sharp asked him about being married, he said, I've never been married. He said, but people have sued me for being married. Okay. And he said, then when we got to the court, they had to say, Diva, send me the article. Now, I will say this, Brown Eyes. I'm not going to lie to you. I will say this. There were times that, yes, people were saying that because he was in the streets. They said acting crazy. His hair looked crazy. Everything looked wild. And they were claiming that. And he addressed it and sending the thing. They was claiming that. He's 10 toes down that he never was.
But Diva, he also said that he was not able to get a bunch of sleep. He also said he wasn't eating right. So when you go through stuff like that, your mental is off, and your body and hair, all that stuff may be off because you're not getting the rest you need. So it probably was not the drugs. It probably was he was not getting the rest that he needed.
Yes. Okay. Emmanuel, I know you wanted to speak again. What did you want to say?
I want to say this. In 2024, we got to drop the whole my truth thing. I'm tired of people talking about my truth. No. It's not your truth. It's the truth. There's only one truth. So once you get the truth and you're going to speak out on it, I'm going to need you to understand that consequences will come. So all these people, Taraji, Monique, and this guy, be prepared that you do not bite the hand that feeds you. Okay? And I didn't make the rules up. So it's not my fault, but that's just the way that's just the way life is. This and the society that we live in, this capitalist society, that's just how it is. There's always going to be powerful people at the top. So that's my first thing. My second thing is when you are ready and able to come with the truth, I'm also going to need you to have a plan of action, because that's one of the things that I got really irritated with Harry and Meghan. They want to come out here and talk and talk and talk. Okay, so you talked about it. Now what are you going to do about it? And why is he the gatekeeper of comedy? Why does he get to decide what's funny or not? Let the audience decide.
I hear you. Emmanuel, did you see the interview?
I'm not wasting my 3 hours, but I saw the recap that you did.
So see, Emmanuel, that's hey.
And Diva, you skipped me.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna come to you. I appreciate you for telling me that. You know, when the screen spins, I get lost. Let me go to you. In my opinion, go ahead and talk.
Okay, and so just so y'all know, he did talk about this thing that everybody been putting out about him being on these hardcore stuff. He said you can look up his IBM. He says no studio, no film ever said he was late or that he was under the influence. He said he takes that very seriously. Okay, so I wholeheartedly believe him because he was telling you where you could go and check out his facts. Okay, he wasn't telling you, oh, ask this person or ask that person. No, he said go to the people that I work for. He said they won't tell you I ever showed up late, I missed work, or that I was under the substance. So we're gonna kill that all together. Okay, that man told you he ain't on that. Let me tell you something. Here's the thing: when it's their faves that's being attacked, or when their faves are being called out to the floor, then that's when people get in their feelings.
Okay, come on,
Truth hurts.
Let me sit up.
The truth hurts, okay? And it's gonna hurt regardless to who say it. Whether I said, Diva said, or Katt Williams get up there and say it. It's gonna hurt regardless because that's your fave. But let's be honest, okay? They've all done their dirt. Okay? And it's just their time to be called out. We gotta accept it. This is the truth. Okay, these people ain't saying that they ain't the truth. So why should we be arguing over who's telling the truth or not?
Woo! Come on, hold on. In my opinion, wait, hold on. My opinion. Say that one more time. They not even saying it's a lie. You better tell the people.
They ain't gonna come out and say he lying on my name. Why should we sit here and fight and say he lying on their name? They not even protesting it. They taking it as truth. And Ricky Smiley sat there in his interview and said, I will still work with him again. Now you tell me somebody who would lie on you, throw you down the ditch like that, and you say, oh, I will work with you. But they say it.
Facts.
Well, come on, in my opinion, you better come on now. Speak to the people. You want to work with somebody who lied on you, who called out your son, who said that's why people believe in rituals. And you thinking that's just him being the bigger person? No, when you gonna call out on my son that is no longer here, my one and only. I know he has more kids, but you understand what I'm saying. You gonna put son on my kid's name, or I'm gonna blast off. I'm gonna tell you, don't do that. That's messy. Now you want to go up on the Shay Shay Club Shay Shay and say some stuff. Do what you got to do. But when you bring no kids, no, not the woman and not the kids. You don't go there. Did y'all watch what's that name? What's that darn Papa Scarface? He said not the woman, not the kids. Come on now. Oh, well, Roy, yeah, come on, Roy, yeah. Choo choo. Happy Friday, Junior. Come on now. Thank you, Roy. I love you. He said 752 people in the building and on the train and only 304 likes. Hit the like button. See, that's why I'm telling y'all. I've been quiet too.
We about to go out and strike.
I've been quiet too. I'm gonna have to do a Taraji out here.
We about to rant. We about to have an ugly cry in the still photo. The ugly cry. Y'all better hit the like button. Stop cheating the diva.
Come on now. Come on.
Don't cheat the diva. Press that like button right now.
It's called saving face. It's not.
Come on now. Listen, he left no stone unturned. He talked about Jonathan Majors. He said he like all women, but that's why he ain't never messed with the other race, because he was going to be out here hemmed up. He talked about how many times he got arrested, but he also told us behind that, look up and see if he got any charges. I'm just saying, in order to, this is not me throwing shade. This is not me throwing shade. in order to have a conversation about this situation, you have got to watch the 3 hours.
Right.
You gotta, because the man was even killed through the whole thing, even while he was sipping on whatever he give out over there at Club Shay Shay.
Cognac.
Come on now. Thank you, whoever said that. Okay. He was even killed. He even had to get Shannon Sharp know, because Shannon Sharp, I guess he was trying to soften the blow because he knew the streets was gonna be hot. He was like, you drinking a lot there. He said, nah. He said, you have more to drink than I did. I'm good.
I'm glad he cleared that up with that Katt Williams cleared that up with Shannon, because Shannon, that clip could have went a whole nother way. So I'm glad that Katt Williams was quick enough to say, nope, I just had a sip. Nope, don't put it on that. I'm in my right mind. I'm clear-headed. I love that part.
That part, yes, he did.
You better say that, Juice.
Come on now. Come on, Angela. She said, I watched it 3 hours and I believe every word he said. Listen, in how many days or how many hours, and they almost had 10 million? And let me say this. Holla at Club Shay Shay. He over there shut the internet down. Listen, and you know what?
But it was 9 million before we started the show, Diva.
Come on now. Was it not? I told you, like, every hour is going up another whatever, 100,000 or a million or whatever. You want to know this too? Let me tell you why I'm happy for Club Shay Shay over there. Because usually these people go somewhere else and they get hemmed up and locked up, and they going over to Club Shay Shay. They have them a good interview and they drinking some of that cognac. I guess, Shay Shay got a little contract with it or whatever. Or I don't know if it's his alcohol, but you know what? Give it up to Shannon Sharp over there doing the darn thing. Was the interview messy? Yeah, it was messy. But like I said, before Katt Williams came over there and spoke, because he said, I don't even do interviews like that. I don't care about trying to sell nothing, none of that. He said, I'm coming over here to speak because you let them people speak and they told you nothing but lies on this couch. And Katt Williams also told us when he was done with the interview that nobody was going to be able to come for him. And he told no lies. If you look up everybody's response, it ain't worth a salt. It ain't worth a dime. Because they all just said, they used a common word. It's sad. But he also said none of them right. I'm telling you, that man shut it down. And I want to tell you this. There are a ton of people who never got their education through a college giving them a degree or a certificate or whatever, and they smarter than some of these people that been to 27 schools and got every certificate under the sun. That man said something very important. He said, what do you expect from these kids now when they don't even want to pay the teachers? The man spoke volumes in that 3 hours, and all I say, come on now.
Talked about real life is what he talked about.
Yeah, he shut the internet down. I believe by the time we wake up, or by the middle of next week, that thing probably be 20 million easy. Easy. It's going up like 1 million in an hour.
By Saturday, it'll be at 20 million.
Woo, child.
Yep, it's Shannon Sharp's highest video.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It is.
I'm sure. Yeah, he killed it. Give it up to Shannon Sharp. And he done took up most of my trending topics time. But you know what, Emmanuel? The truth hurts. And Shannon Sharp was over there at Club Shay Shay speaking his truth.
Oh, all right. Just be prepared for what's to come.
Well, I think he is prepared because he said he stands on an island on his own, and he said there's several sides. What did he say again? I think you remember. He said there's God's side and then there's the other side, and he said he's on God's side. Well, holla.
Y'all don't know Katt Williams sound ready. He ain't never not ready.
Yeah.
Listen, he said I'm wilding out. I've been broke not once, not twice, 4 times, and I'm still here. He ain't afraid.
And he don't do interviews like this. So it is always a pleasure when you see him doing something, because he don't do the interviews. He don't clout chase. You ain't seeing him on the internet making mockeries and stuff like that.
Listen, congrats to Shannon. Come on, y'all. Can y'all put it? Listen, it is what it is. We can give it up to. See, this what Katt Williams is trying to say too. Give it up to the people. Why does it always? Can it be just one person? We got to give it up to Shannon Sharp over there, Club Shay Shay. I even like the name, Club Shay Shay. He got the nice couches and whatnot to get the people to drinking and stuff. Can you get somebody in the chat? Just shout out to Shannon Sharp.
But Shannon knew his value, right? He knew his value as an interviewer, didn't he, though, Diva?
Yes, he did.
He saw it.
He did. He did.
He saw it.
He did. He did. Shannon, you know, but let's talk about it. Shannon may be messy, but there's a whole lot of people on this YouTube is messy. But I will say this: if we want to go levels of messy, he's a good messy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Am I making sense? The man, he's over there, he's dressing. He got the body, whether you like it or not.
The biceps. Go ahead, Felicia, holla. He got the biceps. And look, he let the people talk, right?
Yes.
He let that man talk.
Yes.
And did he not talk? Yes, he did.
Listen, I gotta go there. Matter of fact, he ain't gonna see my comment because he probably got about 200 million comments. But I'm gonna go over there and let Shannon Sharp know you done did the darn thing. Come on now, Miss G. Come on now, congrats to Bubba. Come on, just give it up to him. Come on now, Club.
And not to mention that he said he wasn't gonna get no dress for Martin Lawrence neither.
Listen. Yeah, that part too, right? You know what? And let me say this too. He said he helped Michael Blackson with his style. I believe this man. I believe this man was out there giving tips, helping people out, and then people want to act like you. Why can't you give somebody the accolades? Right. If somebody told me, Diva, you know what? Change this to do this, and then I do it to the channel, and it makes the channel do even better. What is going to be the big deal of me saying, the Don, you cutting up the Don? You cutting up. You cutting up the Don, and you know I love you, but you cutting up.
Does tomatoes mean bad?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, you better give Katt Williams his accolades in Club Shay Shay. DV,
that's all right, Diva. We're gonna give him this. We're gonna give him his props.
We gonna give it up. Thank you for the super chat. Shannon was on the morning show saying Katt was under the influence. He was on CYB today. He said that about him, about the interview he just did. Send me the clip to my email. That's messy if Shannon Sharp said that. He didn't look like, to be honest with me. Now, I'm not saying I know everybody look like when they're under the influence, but if he was under the influence and he was talking like that, then his body is used to it. Because he wasn't talking messy and out of turn. The man was very clear with his diction. I don't know. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Shannon has already split up the interview. Oh, no. Shannon Sharp, he over there doing the thing. Yes, he did. That interview now has about 35 clips. And even the clips are almost about to hit 1 million.
His team working over there. They working that one.
They working it. Listen, y'all, we're going to move on. The Don, I don't know what's going on with you here today. What happened to what happened to you with Katt Williams. But listen, matter of fact, you're in the chat. If you giving it up to Katt Williams, hashtag King Katt, Team Katt out there in the chat. We're gonna move on. Shannon looked a little tipsy. Listen, for him to have been under the influence, and when Shannon Sharp tried to be sneaky and say to him, oh, you a little toasty. He said, no, I'm good.
That's it.
He said, I'm good. I don't know about that. Yeah. So anyway, King, hashtag Team Katt Williams. King Katt. Come on now. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and move on. All right. We may be able to squeeze one more story in here. And you know what? I'm going to do the Whoopi Goldberg. Because you know what? I'm doing this for you, Emmanuel, because you're right. There are certain instances where silence is golden. If you're going to come and just give salacious stories and you don't have no backup, That's problematic.
Yep.
It's problematic. So, you know, and you know what I want to say too? Them keep hinting around about dropping the names from this Epstein list. I think they wanted to put chaos out in the world.
Absolutely.
Why are you dropping this list? What is the point? What is the purpose? So we can all go around and be witch hunters and just start accusing people, dragging their name through the mud for what? So allegedly, Whoopi Goldberg name was on the list. She had to address it, and she said fake news. She called it fake news because she's sick of people. Okay. So Whoopi Goldberg responds to being on the fake Jeffrey Epstein list. She said, I have nothing to hide. And listen, Whoopi Goldberg has said this for years. She doesn't go out on the streets and party like that. She never has. So Whoopi Goldberg set the record straight on an online rumor that claims she is one of the high-profile names featured on the deceased sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's flight log list. They said I was on the island, and I'm like, I don't go anywhere, The View co-host 68 said on Thursday's show. She said, I don't know what I've done to anybody, but apparently there are a lot of these kind of sites that are satire sites, but people don't realize that they can be harmful. Ahead of the highly anticipated unsealing of court documents that feature the names of celebs who had ties to Epstein, such as A-listers Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Michael Jackson, Naomi Campbell, and more, they were fake lists floating around that the internet named people like Goldberg as part of the multimillionaire's infamous inner circle. One such list circulating X, formerly known as Twitter, Monday stated that aside from the Color Purple star, her co-star Joy Behar, and stars like Angelina Jolie, Barack Obama, Beyonce, George Clooney, and dozens others were allegedly found on his flight log. However, a note via X moderators was added at the end that stated the list is a fake list. The logs have not been made public yet. A long list of people associated with the late offender, Jeffrey Epstein, is expected to be made public in coming days. They're telling us the 22nd. To me, they're putting straight chaos out in the world. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care about this list. Unless you telling me that you are going to put this list out because you are about to put more people in jail who helped facilitated this sick man's situation, then I don't want to hear it. It's a distraction. Leo, I want to give 60 seconds on this to everybody. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to yield my time. I can't. Whoopi Goldberg, I ain't got nothing for it. I yield my time.
I appreciate you. Felicia?
Hey, you know, if you want to know about pedophiles, molesters that you may be able to do something about, I suggest you go to that national pedophile website, put in your zip code, and see how close the convicted molesters are in your neighborhood. This list, you're not going to change it. It's not going to change your life, but maybe you can change who your neighbors are and protect your children.
Amen to that.
All right, so I may be in the minority, but I will stand in it. I want to see the list, and I want to know what's taking so long. The logs have already been logged. It's already typed. The only distraction is what's taking so long. They could have released this last year or the year before. What are they trying to hide? Yes, we have predators everywhere. I get that. But I want to see those names on the list, and I want to know why they're playing hide the monkey with it. Put the list out today.
You said today. Oh, my goodness. In my opinion.
No, I don't really want to talk about this one either, Diva.
I hear you. Julius?
I'm minding my business.
Okay, I'm coming to you. Miss Smith, thank you so much for the super chat. Doogie Howser went on The View and called her out for telling him she was going to sleep with him when he came of age when they were doing Clara's Hart. All right. Thank you, Miss Smith. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Tay, you're up.
No comment.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Nikki, you're up.
Oh my God. I don't know if y'all watch Beverly Hills, but Garcelle just told Dorit she's a Karen. Anyway, sorry. I got distracted. We're talking about the Color Purple thing, right? With Whoopi. Oh no, the Epstein issue. So when Eve was saying she wants to for them to put the list out today, I think the problem with that is you got to verify. In true journalism, you don't just put stuff out there. You have to verify. And I think they don't want to, whoever they are, the people that are creating the list, they don't want to falsely accuse people because it doesn't matter. Once it's out there, it's out there. If your name is attached to something like that, and you don't want to attach people's names to people who are problematic, like that guy. But I would say I have to disagree with you as well, Diva, about the list, because I get what you're saying. It's just like, what's the point of it? But it's something about knowing who people fellowship with. It's something about that. So it's sort of like, if a person presents themselves at work a certain way, but then you see them out at the strip club, that's a different person. Not that the strip club is bad or this, that, and the third, but I'm just saying you may not view them in that way. And when you're associated with someone or attached to someone like a Epstein, that's very problematic. So it's like, to me, I would want to know who these people are. The problem, I think, comes in when, okay, so you're saying that this person is attached to this person. So let's say they were in a picture with them, they were at a party with them, whatever it was. It's hard to be able to determine the closeness, right? So what's the proximity? So I'm on Diva's show, but am I Diva's friend? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily mean if Diva gets on some list, then Nikki is whatever. You know what I'm saying? But how close is our proximity? So if you say, well, I just took a picture with this Epstein guy, anybody could have done that at a party. You know what I'm saying? Or at a movie event. But if you have an intimate relationship, you're going to that island that he used to go to or whatever the case may be, that's a little bit of a different story. And there's some very prominent people like the president, some past presidents that have been to that island with that man. So I think you do have to get it right, which is why I was, saying what to E, you have to know, you have to verify. But I want to know who these people are.
Nikki, I love you, but you're talking out of two sides, right?
Okay, tell me what I'm doing. Go ahead.
Because you're talking out of two sides. Because just like you said, this is a perfect example. All of us up here. Mm-hmm. So now they come out. Diva was this, that, and the other, and they said, "Well, I seen you up there, Nikki, and you was talking to Diva like you really know her." Mm-hmm. So your name should be on the list because you was up here.
No. That's why I've said
that. That's why the list can't come out.
Well, no, that's why I was saying the verify part first. Because if these people are verifying this information and they're saying, no, Nikki has a more intimate relationship with Diva because she sent 4,000 emails in the last year, then that's going to paint a different picture than I just was on this channel. I'm in Houston. She's in New York. That's all I'm saying.
But they're not. Yeah, I got you. But they're not doing that. They just want to drop a list of names.
Oh, just.
Yeah. And some of the names are simply everything he did on that island was in sinister. He used that island for many things. He used it for fundraisers. Right. He used it. I heard, I didn't verify, but I heard, Remember the Times, that video was filmed on that island. So that's why Michael Jackson's name allegedly is on the list. Is so as Naomi Campbell, because I believe she was in the video, right? Mm-hmm. So my thing is, you dropping this list and you being reckless because you want to do chaos in the world. Yeah, he used it for everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Fair point.
Juice, you're up.
I have not researched this story, so I don't like to comment unless I researched it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to Emmanuel.
Sounds good. Emmanuel, you're up.
Thank you, because I wanted to talk about this. So this is why I'm saying that in 2024, we're going to need to hear the truth, the real truth. And when you speak out, your word is not good enough anymore. In school, when they have me do an essay or a project, I need to have sources, references, prove that what I got is correct. So it is horrible that for some reason, when it comes to news and important information, everyone can say whatever the hell they want. Twitter is one of the worst things that was ever created. They have been putting up so many fake lists and names. And the unfortunate part is that thousands upon thousands of people are liking these posts. So with an election coming up and stories like these, we're going to need proof. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers falsely accusing Jimmy Kimmel the other day.
That part.
Please be careful going around accusing people. I agree with Diva. I think this list, they saying that it was going to come out, it was to create chaos, and it is being used as political propaganda. I'm also glad that Whoopi used her time to set the record straight and say that her and Oprah did not get into a fight backstage on The View. Whoopi is a cool person. She's a legend. She's an icon. Leave her alone. These conspiracy theories are dangerous, and I'm sick of the misinformation.
You know what, Emmanuel? I'm glad you brought that up because, yes, that was in that interview. She did debunk that lie. She said herself they did not. And what would be Whoopi's reason for coming out and saying they did not get into it backstage? I'm glad you mentioned that. I appreciate that. I was trying to run through this so fast because of time, but that was one of the points that I definitely wanted to bring up. It's just messy. Everything is getting so messy. The waters are getting muddy, right? Candace Speaks said, don't be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Let me say this, though. And I ain't trying to toot my own horn. There's a lot of things that my friends do that I do not do.
Right.
So bad company doesn't necessarily corrupt good character. You know, I will say this, though. When you hang around different elements too much, somebody is going to tug somebody either way. But guess what? You ain't never going to tug me down the rabbit hole. You're not. I don't drink and I'm not going to drink. You understand? I got my own little stuff I do, but I don't drink and I'm not going to drink. And I've been to plenty of parties and dinners and everything where they drank and I'm good. I don't drink. Right? And yes, no, Candace Speak. I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying. Somebody is going to tug somebody. Somebody is. You are absolutely right. Somebody's going to tug somebody. But you can also go into the dark and be the light. Yes, you can. There are some people that can end up changing as a result of being in a company of you and seeing how you move and seeing how you do things. I have plenty of people that I have met through this YouTube that I move differently. And listen, learning never ends. There's plenty of people that I met through this YouTube that I move differently as a result of them speaking to me. I have cut some things off that normally I would have taken forever to shut them down and cut them off. But because they was like, what are you doing? Do you hear what you're saying? Yeah. But see, I like when people, you know, some people get offended. I like when people be like, no, you need to hear what you're saying. Do you hear the words that are coming out your own mouth? And I'm like, oh, when you repeat it, you need somebody that's not going to be afraid to tell you to do better. I don't care if you're 90. I could be 100. If somebody tells me the right thing to do, I can listen. I don't care how old you are and who you are. We always can learn. Yeah. I thank God every day. I met some very great people right here through the YouTube that will get me all the way together.
Yes.
Yeah, you can go in the darkness and be the light, and they will stop the behavior. I know some people, you know, in the South. I haven't seen it that much up this way, but my grandparents were from the South. Down in the South, I know people that they would be smoking and drinking, but they walk by a church, they put it down until they pass by the church. I know down in the South, when they see you could be walking, doing whatever, and the funeral procession come and everybody stop.
Amen.
You
Amen.
stop.
Here in the South. Amen.
Yeah, out here in Jersey, you can have what do you call it? You know, they tell you to put the lights on when you driving to go to the burial ground or whatever. Your what do you call the lights again on the car? They tell you to turn on your hazard lights.
The headlights.
So you follow, and you got the funeral thing in your windshield and all that, and these people will still cut you off.
They pull over around here. They pull over.
Yeah,
That happened.
no, down in New Jersey, they cut you off, and now you got to have the cops. You got to pay for the cops to be part of it, so you could all be in a line and keep going. It's a mess.
That happened in my grandmother's procession. Someone cut right in front of my family's car.
Yeah, they get messy. I think the best thing, because we got to talk about, Essence came in. I didn't see you, babe. We got to talk on this other story. I'm going to revamp my title because this probation court, we got to talk about him tomorrow because we ain't got time today. I don't want to.
Is that the guy that
the
jumped
guy
at the
that
judge?
leaped over.
Did
Spider
he injure her in any way?
Yeah,
she didn't get up.
Oh
Yeah,
my God. Okay,
They
sorry.
show, you're fine. They show her afterwards. Yeah, she got injured. She got injured. He was determined. He was pissed because he didn't like what he heard. But sir, you did the crime. Do the time. Essence, I'm gonna let you speak because you was trying to get in here. What did you want to say to us?
Hi, Miss Diva. I'll be very quick.
Yeah,
First, I want to say this. Listening is so fundamental because Katt Williams said a lot of different things. And I 100% believe that if anybody tries to even call him a liar, he's going to pull out receipts. I really feel like he has them waiting for somebody to play with him. Next, I just want to share some of my favorite quotes that Katt Williams said.
Okay, come on now.
One, he said, winners are not allowed to let losers rewrite history.
Oh, good gosh. He sure did.
He also says Satan can't create anything, including blessings for his people. And the reason I'm saying listening is fundamental is because when you think about all the stuff that even us that like to use YouTube as an outlet have been saying for the past 2 or 3 weeks, he actually has firsthand industry experience to say what he's experienced. It's not like, oh, I heard a story. For example, Cassie, I believe her. How can you tell somebody that they didn't live what they said that they live because it's inconvenient or because it's a hot topic? I really feel like that needs to stop. We need to listen fundamentally. If everybody's been saying the same thing about P. Diddy and everything else for the past 3 weeks, why is it taboo when somebody who's been saying it for years says it again on a national platform? Lastly, back to the list. I think the list is crap. However, the list was released partially, and Mr. Tucker's name was on there. And as you can see in the interview, Katt Williams spoke about that before the list was even out. So all I'm saying is that we need to listen fundamentally and finally accept what is obvious and stop calling people delusional, crazy, alcoholics. And I really appreciate your platform, Ms. Diva. You stood on your square. When something did not sound right, you was like, listen, I heard what I heard. It makes sense to me. And Katt Williams drank water. He took a shot. And the rest of the interview, he drank water. He never refilled his glass or none of that. So I just wanted to say that because I feel like the internet gets too carried away and people need to watch what they say and stop discrediting people.
Yeah. Well, someone said on this panel, I don't remember who said it, but it's like when it's somebody popular that we just don't want to believe, like, oh my God, no way, that not dumb. It's like he said he talked about, I want to say, was it Epstein or whatever? Katt Williams said he talked about somebody way before they even said it. He said, now they're saying it. What did he say?
HW.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. Yeah, he said he told everybody about Harvey Weinstein. He said Harvey Weinstein, and Harvey Weinstein said it in front of his agents and other people. I can suck your whatever. He said, I said it way before anybody else. And then what do we hear? Harvey Weinstein. Now he's disgraced. And the amount of people that said, that he made them do this, that, and the other. You got this Christian Keys that says the same thing about the industry. But we still are like, no way, no. Katt Williams is on drugs. He's crazy. He's bitter. He's this. He's that. He really didn't say anything different than what is already being said. Now, listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go to this feel-good story. If I find it, and hopefully I do. I have it. Okay, let's get into this.
You do if you spotted an intruder.
I thought that was really sweet, right? Because I think we gotta soften up a little bit, be kinder to our neighbors, be kinder to each other, so we can get back to a world where everything is not so crazy, out of pocket, and out of line. I want to thank y'all for being here tonight. Katt Williams, he told his truth. Okay. And every now and then we do got to allow the people to tell the truth. I think we do have to break up these gates and these walls that block certain people out because they don't fall in line. And as I stated when I first started, this doesn't just happen in Hollywood, it happens everywhere. And people are left feeling broken and hurt, even at their jobs when they're constantly working hard and they see everybody getting all the accolades, the same people, the same group of people, and the others are working hard and maybe even harder. And we got this same pocket of people over here that keep rising to the top. It's not right. It's not fair. It's messy. And I think until more people stand up and speak up, there will be no change. Holla at Katt Williams if you want. Holla at Club Shay Shay and Shannon Sharp because he did the darn thing. And you know, with every industry and everything you do, you can look at the people around you, pick out the things that they are doing that goes well, and you know, just feed off of that. Come on now, Shannon Sharp. Show the people how to shut down the YouTube. I appreciate you. Listen, everybody. Thanks for being here. If you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out. This is 2024. Can y'all please stop cheating the diva? I'll see y'all next time. Listen, guys. Juice. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Juice Radio and Talk Show. She has a channel. Please go over there and check her out. We will be doing things together this year, at least on once a month. Every month we're going to do something. And I believe our first collaboration for 2024 is when again, Juice?
I'll have to inbox you with the information because my husband has some appointments. He's got to go to town, so I'll let you know.
No problem. That's fine. Yep. But I just want you to know that we will be getting together. We have committed to each other last year that once a month we will definitely be getting together and doing a show. And we hope that y'all will join us and be there. We're going to have a great time. Come on now, Essence. Tell the people, watch the interview. Holla. All right, guys. Listen. And we need to make bets, okay? I'm thinking by Friday, by tomorrow, this thing is going to be probably at, I'm going to say 12 million.
15 million.
Yeah,
okay,
okay,
you know, but this is good. Hold on, Nikki. Leo, what is it going to be at by tomorrow?
It'll be 12 million by tomorrow.
Okay, you said 12 million. Felicia, what do you think this number is going to be by tomorrow?
About 12. Yeah, I'll go with 12.
Okay, we got 212. Nikki, you said 15?
Yes, because I'm inspirational and aspirational, and I'm hoping for the king. I mean,
come on now. Essence, what do you think the number's going to be?
How much is it now?
It's what is it? Is it 10 million already? Huh?
Almost 10, 9.7.
Because when I started watching it, it was at 3, and when I finished, it was at almost 5.5. So it's going up really fast. So I'm gonna go with 13, 14.
Okay, got you, Emmanuel.
11, but it won't be for me.
Oh my gosh. Julius.
I can't.
12. I must be on the safe side and say 12, but probably like 20 by Sunday night.
Okay. Hey, what do you think that number's gonna go up to?
Probably 12 or 15.
Okay, got you. We all kind of in that range. What do you say, Juice?
I think about 15 as well.
Okay. And what do you say in my opinion? It's at 10 million right now, Leo. We just got the latest update. Come on now with the latest update. Come on. In my opinion, what are your thoughts? 14.
What time tomorrow, Miss Diva? What time tomorrow?
That's what I was going to ask.
Tomorrow, I'm going to say 15 million. I'm going to go with that number. And Minister Deborah, you better come through. She said 20 million because the people going to be up all night. They watching the interview. Guys, I love you. Good night. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.